also Petros in presenting the digital identity wallet. Then, as I said to you in the start, we have two panels. One that is this one is a digital and customer experience, and the following will be digital and operations. Then, as really well Nicolas said, digital is linked with every aspect of the air transport industry. It's nothing to do only with one part, but everything is interrelated. And what, as an industry, is to use these tools, let's say, that facilitate the way to do things. We went out to see the museum, and we were talking that, you know, there's no more printing, everything is all digital. We have the MBA, Petros presented, you know, you don't need to find passwords and etc. Then you have the, with your face, you can, you know, get into the access to the university and so on. Then, before I will ask questions, is there any question for Petros from his presentation? Michael.
Hello, good morning. My name is Michael Florianos. I'm a boomer in this industry. Started back in '77 in the airline 85. My question is very simple. Who pays the cost for digitalization? I'm in the sales part of the business, sales and marketing, so who pays the cost?
The operator. Always the operator.
Not the customer.
Not the customer.
Not the customer.
Okay.
How you
This is good for your body, you know.
It is good to hear, but hard to believe. Because, excuse me, I want to travel, and I want seamless travel, as you mentioned, and it was an enjoyable presentation. While going from the check-in to the gate, normally it would take 30 minutes prior to departure to be there to board, or 40 minutes, whatever. All these modern airports, you have to go through hundreds of shops. So the time between security and the gate takes more and more every time you fly. So we all experience, I understand, because coming from the industry. And I understand the reason behind this, that the airports, they want to make some money. But for us, as an end user, your proposal won't help much, as I understand, if something won't change on the way from the security to the gate. Thank you very much.
Certainly, it helps the passenger, it helps also the operator, for obvious reasons. When you digitize things, you digitalize things, this is a process happening at the business, the service provider level, and it's the service provider paying for that. Think about the electronic commerce. So we moved from the physical commerce to the electronic commerce. You have a browser, you can buy from everywhere in the world. The operator, the service provider pays the cost of this, you know. The hosting of your browser requests coming from your browser are hosted to the other part of the browser. So the other part of the browser is expensive and it's paid by the electronic commerce provider.
Thank you.
Any other question? Yeah,
Yeah, two questions actually to ask. One is, with the rate of change of innovation, especially now where we see with the emergence of AI, everything's accelerating so quickly. What is the risk that this technology, as soon as it gets rolled out and adopted, will be quickly superseded by a newer technology? In other words, what is the likelihood that this technology could become obsolete quicker because of the rate of change of innovation? That's the first question.
We are in a world of quick transformation, very fast transformation, and AI enters everywhere. So in this case, we have to use the AI in order to increase the privacy and the security of the system. This is perhaps the most important challenge, or the other way around. We should face the challenge of someone else using AI in order to find the security or loopholes in the system. So I think there is a security game here we have to play very carefully.
Can I ask my second question? It's a bit out of the box, but I'm just thinking with regards to this technology and maybe by using the system as a sort of a pilot program in terms of its application, is it likely that other sectors might adopt it as well, such as having your medical records, for instance, in a similar, the same type of wallet? Like, will this be something that'll bring in other industries into the same concept?
The health sector is one of the priority sectors for the adoption of the EUDI wallet because exactly the privacy advantage, and on the other side, the citizens want to use this wallet for the health records. So we recently conducted a study in many European countries, and the use of the wallet in the health industry should like the first priority for the citizens, because they are afraid that the current use of the data is absolutely incomplete, and from a security point of view very weak. So the use of technologies that can complete this gap is very welcome from the citizens, specifically in the Nordic countries where people have a real sensibility about the use of their health data.
Okay, then, as we don't have a monologue, then we have a really a great panel, and it's an honor to have also again Boris Fındık, the Chief Technology Officer of Pegasus Airlines, and also my good friend Theodore Koumelis, who, if you know, is the founder, together with Vicky, of TravelDailyNews, the first online media in Greece, and not only back in '99. Then in travel, yeah.
Travel, tourism, everything.
Then in innovation again. Then Boris, you were last year. What happened a year later in the operation of Pegasus? Of course, talking about digital. And then, what was the new?
Is there any progress you made?
Sorry?
Is there any progress?
Is there
for
any
the last
progress?
1 year?
First of all, yeah.
So the first thing I can mention is I think the AI madness thing is a little bit calming down nowadays. So today's concept is digitalization, but this concept, this saying is also becoming obsolete nowadays because nobody talks about digitalization anymore. At least at Pegasus Airlines, we are not talking about digitalization anymore. That doesn't mean we have completed all the tasks for the digitalization, but the pace of the world is going crazy. So before completing one task, the other task is on the table. Now we are talking about AI transformation, agentic transformation. These are the new popular terms, and not digitalization. It's not sexy anymore. Nobody wants to talk about digitalization.
Then AIization is
It's a little bit hard to pronounce, but yeah, AIization, agentic transformation. But it's a kind of madness. Everybody's around it. Everybody's dealing with that. There were great expectations, and everybody was expecting that it will happen soon, next day, just in 2 days, in 3 days. But it was not the reality. We couldn't have benefited a lot till now, but it's still very sexy. Everybody is still talking about it, and I'm sure that for the following 2, 3, 4 years at least, we will be talking about AI and agentic thing, and we believe that it will deliver a lot. Till now, we couldn't benefit it a lot, but we believe that it will help us. It will transform all the jobs, all the industries. Maybe the physical ones are a little bit lucky to be disrupted early. It means of we are moving people, we are moving the luggages. I mean, these are physical items. So if you are something physical, you are still lucky. But if the things are digital, it's going crazy. The digital things becoming more digital with the help of AI, I mean. So the jobs are transforming, all the job descriptions are transforming, all the communication with the, for example, the most important thing was search engine optimization. If you want to position your brand strongly, you have to have a strong presence on, for example, Google. The search engine should recommend you, should direct your brand. In that case only you can sell your tickets. But nowadays, I can give a Pegasus example to you. The number is small, but the guided geo is a new concept of generative engine optimization, not the search engine optimization. Generative engine optimization is a new trendy topic. And the ChatGPT guided transactions for the Pegasus Airlines is only 1 million euros now. We have calculated. For the last year, it was only 1 million euros, but we expect that it will grow exponentially in the coming months, in the coming years. So we have to position our brand or company strongly at the GPT tools, OpenAI, Gemini, whatever it is. And it's another game. It's different than the game we have played till now. So the apps, the most popular things, they represent technology at the moment, but they are about to be obsolete. Maybe in the following years, we will not have any apps. As the airline company, we will not provide any apps to our passengers. Most probably, they are discussing it because the generative engines are swallowing all of them. We want to interface with only a single application, and we want to do all our transactions through that application. So the front-end tools like website, the app, the enterprise app, they are becoming back-end tools. In the last 1 year, in means of practice solutions, it hasn't changed a lot. But in means of concept, we are discussing totally different things. I mean, you know, for the following years, we are working on totally different projects. It's not still very impactful, but we are sure that it will be very impactful for the following months. This is a quick summary.
Then your life is easier or more complicated than last year?
I think I cannot be Alzheimer's. I have to make my brain work. I read a lot. I think a lot. All the team, we think a lot how to be ready for the following days, for the following years, I mean. So we are very curious, we are very careful what will happen. So we are trying to foresee the future and position our company accordingly. At a point of view, it's very fun because it's never boring. You have to learn every day something new. You have to
If someone wants to learn,
yeah. If you want to learn something, it's not comfortable, I can say. On the other hand, it's challenging, of course. It's challenging because nobody knows really what will happen. Only we are trying to guess it. Okay. We are trying to position ourselves like surfing, not to fall down. It's okay, but it's of course it's a little tiring.
Yeah.
And also people have some anxiety. Maybe you heard the name of Süleyman. I forgot the surname. But he's the CEO of the AI division at Microsoft. He defined the AI thing as a new species, you know, a new creature. You know.
Okay. I hope we will not
it's-
kill us. That's the thing.
And also something big is coming. We couldn't realize it yet, but something big is coming. So this is the new hot topic. We are dealing with it.
No, this Elon Musk said that they will not, the jobs will be absorbed. Then from AI, then my question is, Elon say that there will not be not for jobs, and how he would be a billionaire if there were not people buying his stuff? Then that's a very good question to ask him, probably. But
The governments will pay the money to the people.
then we end up
Then all the
to
people will buy the Teslas. I think. I don't know.
It's you know, as you said, we don't know where we get going. Then it's quite complicated.
Yeah, but yeah, and also 1 year ago, it was total madness. And the name of the concept was AI madness, by the way. When you visit San Francisco, people call it AI madness. Because people are crazy for it, but nobody knows what is, in reality, what's the benefit coming from it. It was madness. There is a great hype. The expectation is very high, but the reality is below the expectation. So nowadays last year we were trying to make AI projects whatever it is. We didn't care, is there a benefit? Return on investment was not important at that time. I'm talking just 6 months ago, 8 months ago. We were just trying to experience it, whatever it is. Let's do an AI project, whatever it is. Let's try it. Let's try to understand it. But at the moment we are discussing the benefits, we are discussing the return on investment. We started to be more realistic, and the technology is becoming more mature, so we will meet at a point, I think.
In Pegasus from last year.
In means of machine learning, it's a kind of AI. As a physical dealing company, I mean, we are carrying people, we are carrying the luggage and solid things. So we are a planning company, and Airline is a planning and optimization company, nothing more. So planning and optimization means patterns and mathematical series and etc. So you want to foresee your future, and you have to make your plans accordingly. This is the game. If you can play this game very well, you are a very profitable airline. This is the thing. So from the point of mathematical series, from the point of machine learning, we utilize, for example, we utilize dynamic pricing, we utilize targeted marketing, personalized marketing, fuel optimization kind of stuff. These kind of processes can utilize machine learning a lot. And you can easily calculate the benefit coming from this kind of stuff. We utilize a lot of machine learning technologies in different fields. But if we are talking in Gen AI, generative AI, LLM, large language models, we maybe implemented more than 20 projects in 1 year. But the benefit of this LLM projects is under discussion. How much beneficial are these projects are under discussion? Some of them are yes, some of them are no. We killed some of the applications, and these are not. Okay, we did this project, we handled this project, it's not meaningful, it's not, they're working, but they're not beneficial. We cannot utilize the tool. So, they're expensive, we shut down some of them, we are running some of them. For example, we build an AI agent tool, AI tool, it's a chat tool. We are supporting our agencies over this tool. Its name is Peggy. It's coming from somehow Pegasus. A pretty woman, Peggy. Pegasus. We have thousands of agencies all over the world. So the agencies may require different kind of support stuff. They have questions about the regulations and the rules of the company, and can I cancel this ticket, or can I replace this thing, and many questions. They have thousands of questions. There is a small team who supports this kind of agencies. They are around 10 people. For example, we hand over this stuff to the Peggy, and it's 95% correctly answering the questions according to the company rules. And it's working 24 hours. Whenever you wish, you can ask your questions to Peggy. And it's educated very well with the company documentation and the stuff. And it can easily... Now we are working on that with the agentic technology, Peggy can also make the transactions, not only answer the questions. Because with the agentic technology, most of the people here, I'm sure, know the difference between the AI and the agentic.
In
But
English or in Turkish? Or both?
whichever language you wish.
Okay, okay.
It's great, by the way.
Okay.
If you are dealing with AI, the language thing disappears. It's not a barrier anymore. Also, we are making captain announcements, for example, for the specific destinations with the help of AI with the original voice of the captain. Spain, some of the Arabic countries, and we are still flying to Russia.
No,
Russia.
no,
It's okay.
it's business.
Because citizens of these countries, most of the people, for example, most of the Spanish people, 80% of Spanish people do not speak English, for
Yeah.
example.
True.
Russian people, they don't speak English. But as an international airline, we make announcements in Turkish, since we are a Turkish company, and plus English, of course, it's an international language, but nobody understands the announcement. So we started to make captain announcements in Spanish, in Arabic, and in Russian, for example. It's another use case. It's directly touching to the passengers. We are trying to differentiate ourselves in the industry. These are last 1 year's typical project examples. But for example, we made another Pegasus style chatbot for our staff. The counter operation staff is called Jetty. It's a surprise. His name is Jetty, but our staff didn't like it too much. They ask each other, they just check the document. They don't chat with the Jetty tool. It's underutilized. We are discussing to close the tool because it's maintenance costs, education costs a lot. It's not, AI is not free.
It is expensive.
It's expensive. Utilization is expensive. Educating AI is expensive. Making it live and up and running is expensive. So if you cannot utilize AI tools for the sake of technology, it's not feasible to run an AI tool. If it is utilized very good level, then building and maintaining an AI tool is meaningful. Otherwise killing it is smarter. You know, this is the thing. This is our experience. I can give more examples maybe later. But this is the whole stuff till now.
And let me bring into the discussion also, Theodore. So as you come from the tourist sector and having media, then how you saw over the year, because you traveled all over, the use of the more digitalization or AI into the tourism ecosystem.
Well, I can tell you about our job. I mean, Tula and Mini are our best friends. You know? Chacha, Tula, and Mini from Gemini, Mini. So they are our best friends. I mean, we use them quite often. Actually, we use them to save some time, but sometimes I'm thinking that I put some more issues in my business because I'm asking more questions to them. So I spend more time using them instead of saving time sometimes, but yes, it helps. So there are big discussions in every conference I attend about the use of AI technologies in hospitality and tourism. But of course, hospitality is a people's industry. So, and customer service, since we are speaking about customer service, is also offered from people to people. And technology, yes, can facilitate the process, can help, but cannot, take the place of people, of course. What technology can do, can give more time to people to handle other people and help and support other people. So in the case that we are discussing now, my concern actually, you know what it is. Which industry is the worst in customer service actually? Technology and digital. You know, whenever I interact with technology or digital company, with the help centers or whatever they have there, my worst ever experience is with them. So when I hear technology that is going to help, customer experience, I say, is it? I've started worrying. So, well, actually, I have a recommendation to Turkey. I mean, if you want to improve the customer experience in airports or in airlines, maybe you should hire someone from hotels. You know, hotel people,
Yeah.
general managers, you know, they have nothing else to sell actually. Apart from a nice location or a beautiful building, the assets they have is customer service, customer experience. So yes, we can facilitate, you know, the experience by using technologies, make, you know, the trip more seamless or fast check-ins and check-outs, but at the end of the day, interaction with people is what the experience is in a trip. And the experience of a passenger starts from the search, booking, online check-in, boarding, until I get my luggage and go back to my hotel. For me as a passenger, an airline and an airport is the same thing, the same part of it, of the same trip. And at this stage at least, those two, they are disconnected, I would say. You know, I'm a silver and member in One World and gold member in Star Alliance. They do their best in offer me a nice experience during my flight or my online check-in. Before that and after that, I'm a stranger. I mean, I lose my service, let's say, when I approach the airport. And if there is something wrong happen, with a flight delay or a cancellation or something else, they forget me completely, usually. So, you know what I mean.
You lost the status.
I don't know. So, you want money back? Did you fly with us? No, I haven't seen you. So, I don't know. I mean, seamless travel and all these technologies, I'm listening very carefully to the professor, and I like a lot. I'm looking forward to see these technologies to apply.
Well, everyone, I think, looking forward. Not
Absolutely.
Not
But I want to see how these technologies are going to deal when problems are happening with flight delays, cancellations, and all of these things. How are you going to deal with those? Not you personally, of course.
Any comments on this?
It's not your fault, eh?
Yeah. First of all, I think the travel industry, the value is created by the destination management organization, the DMOs create the value. The aviation, the ferry industry is the enablers. You cannot really deliver this value if the aviation is not here. So to clarify things, the role of the AI. AI super. It is clear the people invest a lot. Have a lot of expectations. Perhaps we are in a high moment, but I think the expectation will be fulfilled. Several years ago, in the 80s, we had the same problem. So there was, at this point of time, something written in all newspapers. We can see the computers everywhere except statistics. We had the same problem. Computers PCs in the office, but the gains, the efficiency gains came later. Huh? It's the same with AI. AI will be everywhere, so people invest a lot, companies invest a lot. Actually, we invest a lot, because if you buy actions, stock market, in the stock market, you buy AI. Yeah? People from everywhere in the world buy US stock. AI, US stock, huh? We invest a lot. Everyone invests a lot. I believe the AI will deliver its promise. We have the S technology, so we start slow and then we accelerate. This is also true for the digital identity technologies. So don't expect something that will happen immediately. It will take time, but time is now, it becomes faster. Huh? We adopted the television in a lot of years. And then we adopted the browser in 3 years, 4. Huh? This was the browser revolution. So it is expensive for the user. For the user, it's not expensive. For the user, it's $20 to pay for a gigabit internet and $20 to pay for an AI chat. Huh? With $40, you have access to enormous amount of information, consulting, service, everything. $40, 40 euros. So this is universal. What is the main revolution? I absolutely agree. Agentic commerce. Huh? So the first phase of commerce was the browser commerce. Huh? we moved from the physical world to the internet. Now we have the agentic commerce. Agentic commerce for the user means that I'm in my computer. I may have access to the different e-commerce provider. When someone requires an identification, this is more and more important, I will use my mobile phone. No identification means over my computer, the browser. All the identification is here, and then I have agents, and the agents will play the role of interaction with the merchant. And on the other side, the merchant will have agents, and the agents of the merchant will match with the agents of the consumer, and will have better dynamic pricing, very
Exactly, personalized.
atomic
Atomic.
dynamic pricing. Will have bidding.
Exactly.
We may see new models of commerce interaction, and of course we have also the bad guys, because some of these agents will be bad agents, and so we have to find the ways to. So I have an enterprise, and I launch some agents in order to harm my competitor. So we are already thinking about how to reduce the number of bad agents in the big agentic commerce space. So these are very new problems, and of course I believe the important is to keep people safe and secure. So we have the traditional safety, and now we have to understand that safety is important in the online world. It's important for the banking system, it's important for the airports, for the airlines, for all the critical infrastructure, but it's also important for any merchant, for any service provider, and of course for the citizens, for the consumers.
Before I move to my next question, is there any question you want to ask? Kostas?
So, as we're moving to an even more digital world, how would we be able to react to a situation like we saw in Portugal and Spain this year, where they had an entire blackout? Commerce wasn't working, communication wasn't working, critical infrastructure was being affected, and it was all electricity based. I mean, really, that was the common denominator, whether it was a battery or whether it was a power line. But that basically, one system alone, which could be a bad AI agent that actually could infiltrate and cause that reaction. But as we become entirely digital, where all my medical records are on my phone, all my banking information on my phone, my identity's on my phone, and if that infrastructure collapses, what happens?
Actually, this is a major weakness of the systems we have.
We haven't figured it out yet, but we'll get there, right?
There's a name for this weakness. It is called complex yet fragile.
Okay.
So that means you may have a massive break outs of the systems, and the response is resilience. And so this is a new kind of engineering, resilience engineering. So we are in the beginning of this process, how to deal with this complexity that becomes very weak to defense itself. This is the big challenge, how we may have resilient technical systems. And I believe as we had a nice engineering, and we've been able to build high-speed trains and aircrafts traveling, many hours around the globe. So I believe resilience engineering is one of the big challenges of these times.
But we don't have an reply to this yet, eh?
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Any other question? There.
I have a question for you. Since academia is the one who is thinking all these
A
evolution,
little bit loud.
academia is proposing all these great ideas and AI, and let's try all these, and we will see how it goes. How do you understand which technology to follow? Because they are all very new technologies, and you mentioned print the return of investment. Is there a department that usually calculates it exactly, or it's just a feeling?
Of course, we have a calculation. It's not just a feeling, but of course, the calculations also rely on the assumptions. So it's a kind of guesstimate. You assume the output of the work, and accordingly you make all your calculations. But we have a specific department for technology scouting. Pegasus is an investment for, it has been 2 years. We have an innovation lab, Pegasus Innovation Lab in San Francisco. We have staff there. We are collaborating with top universities like Stanford, Berkeley. We are handling projects with them. For example, for some specific use cases, we are, for example, safety AI. We are running a project with Berkeley University. We are running an AI-based safety risk prediction model. Nowadays, we are piloting it with some of the captains. So for each individual flight, according to the history of the captain, the examinations, how he was successful, past track record of all flights, the weather, the flight info, the airport info, the coupling info, the crew info, whatever, all get together and try to define the risks for each individual flight and demonstrate it as a briefing to the captain. So we are trying to make the captain more aware of the situation during his flight, for example. We are handling this project with Berkeley. Sometimes they recommend some technology to us, or Innovation Lab scouts different startup companies in San Francisco. San Francisco is somehow is the center of the technological development in the world. So we wanted to be at the heart of this technological development. Our Innovation Lab also helps us helps us for calculating the benefit of the technology. Otherwise, we don't have endless money to invest in all the. It's not only purchasing the solution by adoption of the technology, implementation of the technology is very expensive and very time consuming. So giving a wrong decision is not only losing money, you lose your time, it has opportunity cost, whatever. So our project management office and the innovation lab is responsible for calculating and prioritizing the technology investment, if it is the right answer for your question.
Any other questions?
Also me. I am responsible. I am asking ChatGPT.
Any other question? Then, Petro, you present the EU digital wallet. Then I'll take what Nicolas said earlier, that no country left behind. Then it's focused in Europe, but this has to be adopted also in other parts of the world. Then how this can be implemented outside EU, because this will be norm and obligation, as you said, in the countries in the next couple of years. But following, we are global, and in the past, when Europe, especially with ETS, was a complete failure, then it needed to consult and work, interact with the rest of the world. Then the question is how you're going to work with the other part of the world.
In the technology ecosystem, people are working together. So technology creates bridges between the different countries. And I think what's different here is in Europe, until now, we consume the technologies coming from abroad. So this is the model. I believe with the EUDI wallet and the Trust Tech, because the EUDI wallet is the cornerstone. There are really elegant technologies behind the wallet. So this Trust Tech sector can be an export success for Europe. I can already see countries in other continents coming here and asking on how to use these technologies, because their customers are Europeans. More visitors in in Africa or in Asia are Europeans. So they want to use the technologies Europe uses. So this is a way of. On the other side, I can tell you that in the last week, I've been approached by an important Chinese company, and they asked us, my lab, to help them, this between us, to build.
Well, it's recorded.
There is a camera.
To build their EUDI wallet, a wallet according to the European standards. I believe for after many years of effort, because insisting in the privacy-friendly technology is a long European story. I believe after many years of effort, research, industry, because the innovation does not come from the academia. The innovation comes from the collaboration of the academia with the industry. This is absolutely true. It was true in the chemical industry, in the early 20th history, 20th century, and it is real now, and it's real in all cases. So it's the spillover is the collaboration between the industry and the academia. And I believe through all these efforts, Europe now has a competitive advantage, and let's see if we have the complementary assets. We are in the technology forefront, but we need other things, soft power, capacity to export, capacity to become attractive, capacity to talk to other people. Sometimes as Europeans we have some snobbish behavior. And this does not facilitate the commerce, but I think the challenge now is to become real international and play a role in the new geopolitical landscape.
Boris, as the EU wallet sooner or later will be global, then your company will be interested to be, let's say, pioneers and be part of the pilot program to collaborate and probably link Europe.
Yeah, definitely. We have to, because most of our passengers are coming from European countries, and we are flying to European countries.
Yeah, many. Yeah.
We have acquired the European Airlines.
Yes,
Smart Wings, you heard about it.
yes.
So
You know the news that last December Pegasus purchased Smart Wings in Czechia.
So we are part of European regulations. We are part of our passengers are European citizens. So if there is a convenient solution from the point of regulations plus point of convenience, I mean, if there is a benefit, of course we would like to be part of this identity. In Turkey we are also discussing, of course we are not part of European Union, but we are also discussing the digital identity, because everything is going digital. Maybe it will be AI identity, maybe. But the thing is, these little physical things are stupid, it's something physical, and you cannot combine your bank details, biometric details, your other personal stuff. You cannot converge all these details to the physical devices. But if you have a digital identity, it has the potential to leverage to improve all industries, all services, in means of convenience, in means of privacy, safety, security, whatever you wish. The new development will be on the digital identities, but the technology may change, but the digital identity concept will be tomorrow's technology, it's for sure. So, as Pegasus Airlines, of course, we would like to be part of this project. We would like to make some pilots with the project.
We welcome Pegasus in the European project community.
Well, as Boris said, that is not anymore to be the Turkish part, but is some wings that
it's another thing, but as Pegasus Airlines,
even as the Turkish part, we
we
are very open.
pay too.
We are very open.
also. I am planning to communicate with the internal ministry thing in Turkey, because in some of the fields we are really digital country. In some of the fields, but in some of the fields we are really conservative. I don't know the reason. Maybe it's coming from the source, from the people who are managing the section, I think maybe. But we have to discuss the digital identity thing in Turkey more loudly. Nowadays, if there were a study, I should be aware of that, but I don't know there is a solid study at the moment about it. But e-government services are very improved. We can utilize most of the government services digitally, but for the identity services, I don't know, maybe they may have some security concerns or etc. I don't know the reason. But it's not very mature in Turkey at the moment, as I know. But Pegasus Airlines involvement is another discussion, of course. We can anytime be part of the study.
Okay, as we are at the end of this session, then what will we expect from Pegasus next year? Then
Commercially, technologically, I mean, I don't know, the region is a little hot, you know, the Iran issue is always hanging around. So, the Ukraine, the war may end up shortly. We expect that if the peace comes, the business is growing. Turkey and Istanbul has a huge potential to grow. Except from the pandemic days, the company is growing 2 digits each year. Last year we have grown 16%. So we expect a growth here. Technological investments will go on, AI investments will go on more selectively, but we will invest in AI. We expect a profitable year. Also, the smart being thing is a big deal for us. What kind of synergies can we create from this purchase? So, technologically, infrastructurally, I mean, commercially, network collaboration wise. So, it's on the table. We are dealing with that stuff. So, this year is a little bit busy in means of technology, in means of AI, in means of the new company acquisition, etc. So, we are expecting good news from the region, by the way, in means of we are expecting peace in the region. And this is very important for our business. And good weather for the summertime. We will see it.
Petros?
Actually, I expect more technology independence of Europe vis-à-vis the other places of the world. We say now strategic independence. Huh? Technology independence is the keystone for strategic independence. I expect more of that. I think the big challenge for Europe in the years from now until 2030 is whether Europe will develop a proper AI industry. We have only one company producing AI stuff, a French company, and this company is a year behind the evolution in US and China. So we are really at a very critical position, and the issue is whether this year or next year we'll cover the or if we will adopt that in this case also we'll buy AI produced elsewhere. So this is the big challenge for Europe.
Me, eh? So, I would like to see technology to focus more on solving problems of travelers and focusing less on the buying attitude of the travelers. You know, they focus a lot on how to make better consumers instead of solving problems during the traveling process.
Okay, then thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Many thanks.